It happens, and the hair on your arm stands up. The exact same word. Twice, within a single hour. The stranger who says the very thing you were just thinking. The number that keeps finding you. And a quiet voice rises. This means something. The universe is speaking. You are being shown the way. Here is the uncomfortable truth. It is a message. But you have the sender completely wrong. There is no one out there sending it. It is coming from inside you. And it is telling you something you have been hiding from yourself. Carl Jung gave the experience a name. Synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence. Two events with no possible causal link, bound together by nothing but meaning. His most famous case. A rigidly rational patient, stuck, walled in behind her own logic. She was describing a dream in which she was handed a golden scarab. And at that exact instant, a tapping. At the window. A beetle, the nearest thing his country had to a scarab, was trying to get into the darkened room. He caught it. He turned to her and said, "Here is your scarab." And her armor cracked. The rationalism that had held her stuck finally broke open. Now, Jung did not think the beetle was random, but notice carefully where he placed the meaning. Not in the sky. In her. The coincidence struck because she was already in secret, circling the very thing it stood for. Rebirth. Because your mind is not a mirror, quietly reflecting the world. It is an engine, hunting for pattern. Always. Everywhere. Whether or not a pattern is truly there. And it is the best thing about you. It found the predator in the grass, the face in the crowd, the melody in the noise. But an engine tuned to never miss a real pattern will also constantly invent false ones. Psychologists have a name for it. Apophenia. Seeing meaning in pure randomness. And every time it fires, every time the dots connect, you get a small hit of reward. Meaning feels good. So you go hunting for more. And do not be too quick to call it a flaw. This exact faculty is the engine of everything we make. It writes the myth, the poem, the theory. It is metaphor itself. The price of a mind that can make meaning is a mind that makes it where there is none. Now add the part that decides everything. At any given moment, something in you is charged. A worry, a longing, a decision you cannot bring yourself to make. It sits in you, quietly burning, and that charge acts like a searchlight, swinging slowly across the ordinary chaos of your day, and the world is enormous. Thousands of details stream past you every hour. Words, faces, numbers, songs. Almost all of it you never even notice. You know the shape of it. You think of someone, and that instant they text. A song on the radio answers the exact mood you woke up in. You glance up, and the clock shows the same repeating digits. Again. And out of the thousands of details that missed, this one matches the thing you are charged with, and the searchlight stops. And that one flares up as a sign. And notice exactly when they come to swarm you. Never on the flat, ordinary days, but at the crossroads. A grief, a love, a leaving, a choice you cannot make. Because that is when the charge inside you burns hottest, and the searchlight blazes. The signs multiply exactly when you most need one, and beneath all of it runs a cold arithmetic. With enough events, the wildly improbable is not rare. It is inevitable. Somewhere, Someone is dreaming of a beetle at the exact second one strikes their glass. Across billions of lives and trillions of moments, the 1 in a million happens 1,000 times every single day. You simply only ever hear about the hit, never the vast ocean of near misses that meant nothing and were forgotten the very instant they passed. Then your mind seals the case. Once you have decided a thing is significant, you start to see it everywhere. Not because it is multiplying, but because you have finally started counting. Learn a new word, and suddenly it is everywhere. Fear a certain number, and it begins to stalk you. You remember every hit. You never tally the misses. And the pattern grows, fed entirely by your own attention. So put the machinery together, and it becomes clear. The world did not select the sign, your preoccupation did. The beetle did not carry the meaning to the window, the patient brought it and hung it on the beetle. The universe did not point at you. You pointed at the universe, and mistook your own finger for a hand reaching back. But here is where the ordinary debunking stops, far too early, and walks straight past the real thing, because if the sign came from you, then the sign is telling you something true, just not what you thought. So hear this as clearly as it can be said. A synchronicity is not the universe revealing its plan for you. It is your own unconscious revealing its preoccupation to you. The coincidence is a mirror, and what you find meaningful is a confession. The thing you keep coincidentally running into is simply the thing you cannot stop thinking about. The sign that confirms the leap you are afraid to take reveals that you already decided to take it, and are only hunting for permission. And this is why the signs crowd loudest when you are the most torn. You do not really want the universe's opinion, you want its permission. A sign lets you make the choice you had already made, while feeling it was chosen for you. It lifts the unbearable weight of being the author. And the omen of disaster, the dark sign you cannot shake, is your own fear. Wearing the mask of prophecy. The world did not send you a message. You did. And the message is this. Here is what is actually alive in you. Beneath the surface, you show yourself. So do not throw the signs away. That would be to waste them. Read them. Only read them correctly. When the coincidence stops you cold, do not ask, "What is the universe trying to tell me?" Ask the sharper question. What in me was already listening for exactly this? What wish did this sign just grant? What fear did it just confirm? What decision did it just hand me an excuse to make? The answer is the real message. And it was never about fate. It was about you. Now, is there something else moving beneath it? Some deeper order that Jung and his physicist could only ever point toward? No one can say, and this will not settle it. But the part you can actually use points every single time in one direction, inward. The universe is not sending you signs, but you are, constantly, sending them to yourself. And once you learn to read your own handwriting, the coincidence becomes what it always secretly was. Not a window onto your destiny, but a mirror held up to your own hidden heart. You came here to decode the messages the world was sending you. Leave knowing you were always the one writing them. See what people hide, even from themselves.